Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this Hanna Karlzon jewellery box series of little bugs. We are on the third video and using Castle Art's soft touch pencils. I'm just going to get started with this one. We have a lot of jewel-like bits on it and I'm going to do those first with probably the darkest green I'm going to use today, which is the Viridian. Yesterday I set you the challenge of guessing what colour I was going to do this little guy. How many of you got it right? So I'm just going to do a lot of layers around the edge of this large gemstone. We've got a shine mark on here already that Hannah's drawn in. Now some people don't like that, they prefer to do their own. If that's you, then you can colour over it. I'm going to colour around it and let it do the work for me. Like that. It can be a little bit awkward sometimes doing that, but it's worked for me today. Sometimes I don't quite get it right. I want it fading towards the centre, just building that colour up a bit. When I do gemstones with green, I tend to choose one that's a bit more bluey, like this one is, rather than something that's more, I wouldn't necessarily do olive, although there is a stone that's called olivine, I think it is. My son would know, having studied geology. These dots I'm going to do just quite a lot of layers, keep it quite dark. They're too small to do much more with, and the same with these on the wings. Yeah, he's finished doing his geology now. He won't be doing it again because it's quite sad. He's really enjoyed it and I suspect he would do quite well. We won't get his results until mid-August, but it was his sort of fun topic, you know, one that he just really enjoyed, sort of relaxation I suppose. And I'm going to go for the phthalo green next. It's still quite a darkish green, it's still a bluish green. I'm just checking on my chart, swatch chart, what to expect. Yeah, it's going to be quite a different colour to the stones, but I think that will work well. I like the stones, as you would have seen from the last one, I like them quite dark. So let's just phthalo green. So I think I'm going to do the antennae and legs and things. I'm going to do it the same as I did it on the others. So a fairly light layer first, and then go around the edge with the darker layer. My pencil isn't that sharp at the moment, so I'm just going to do my light layer across all of it while it's fairly blunt, and then I'm going to sharpen it to get into those edges after. Yeah, it's a shame he's not going to be doing more, but I think he will still have an interest. You know, if there's anything that happens in the world where there's a archaeological find, I know it's not archaeology, but or a earthquake or volcano or something to do with gemstones, he's interested in it, so I think he'll still have that interest. He just won't sort of be studying it because he's going to be moving on to do business and accountancy. He's decided that he's my boy that wants to be a helicopter pilot, but I'm now going to go all the way around the edge. I'm going to start with this one because it looks easier, but you can't, it's very, very expensive to do that, and you can't get a sort of student loan to be a pilot, so he thought it would make sense to do a job that he thought would be interesting. He's sort of thinking of management accountancy or accountancy, becoming chartered accountant, doing that, and then using his high salary to pay for the helicopter lessons. It all makes sense. He has a good plan. What happens in the future, we'll wait and see, but you know, it's good to have a plan, I think. Oh, yesterday in the video there were a lot of emergency services around, I said. we eventually found out what had happened. There, near where we live, there's a bit of river where people go wild swimming, and someone had spotted some items. I think it was a towel or a bag and some clothes or something, and they thought someone had come to harm. They hadn't, but the emergency services all came out. We had 3 fire engines, 2 ambulances and a boat to search, and because of the way the river is, it's very narrow and quite shallow. They made a thorough search and were 100% confident that nobody was there. So someone had obviously just forgotten some things and caused a scare. But yes, and it's not, because it's shallow, you can just very easily scan it and know. Someone walked through it. So I've made that darker here and here and checked it all out, so that was good. It's reassuring to know that they had thoroughly checked everywhere and all was well. I didn't do these. I think I should have done those as the gemstones. But anyway, we'll come back to that in a bit. I'm going to do these. These look like little petals, don't they? I'm going to sort of go around them like that. And make them slightly lighter in the middle. It's quite early. I had 2 plans for today because it's the first day of Wimbledon. I'm recording in advance because I love the tennis and I want to make sure I get time to watch some of it. So it's Monday morning. It's what day is it? The 3rd of July. I had 2 plans. It was either to get up, have breakfast and go straight out for a walk. My sons need some shower gel and I need a walk, so it was get the boys out for a walk. Sounds like they're dogs. Get the boys out for a walk. And yeah, so these I'm going to do darker here, so just layer it up a bit, then less towards the centre and layer up here and a bit less, leave a bit of light there, and it helps to give it a bit of shape, I think. So my plan was to get them out for a walk, but because my son's still in bed, he's got a habit of just staying in bed late, I thought I would instead come and do a bit of recording and we'll go out slightly later, but I've got an 11 o'clock appointment, so I've got to be done by then. And the tennis starts, actually the TV coverage starts at 10:30, but the first match doesn't start until 11. So I think they'll just be doing some sort of preview chatter, you know, as they do with these sporting events. I'm not too worried about missing that. It'd be nice to see it all, but I just realistically know I won't. I've got a few appointments coming up in the next few weeks. Nice things, but you know, unfortunately timed, but it's just the way life is, isn't it? You can't just put life on hold for 2 weeks. This is viridian. I'm going to do these little circles. I'm going to try and leave a light part in the centre. Yeah, then my husband's birthday is coming up. The 2nd week of Wimbledon. He's actually got the week off work, but he said, oh, I'll watch it with you. So, okay, he does like watching it. Yeah, it says birthday as well in that week. I'm just thinking of whether to do that bit, the eye. I think I will, in the same way I did the bottom bits, a little bit darker on the edge, lighter in the middle. And these, I think I'm going to do this bit. Yeah, and on his birthday he's got his dad coming over for lunch. But unfortunately I had some news this morning that a family member had passed away. He was 91. Did very well. Considering his lifestyle and health issues, did very well. But I may have to be going to the funeral. phthalo green light. But yeah, as I say, he did well, and at the end it was very quick, which is always, I think, a relief for the family, you know, the close family. I'm going to fade that inwards a little bit. And then just gently pop that up there. Oh, I can hear a dog barking, made me jump. Jumpy this morning. And then the same here, so dark on the edge. And as you can see, hopefully it gives it a little bit of shape. Now here, this piece around here, I'm going to actually try and give it a bit of shine by putting quite a lot of intense colour here and then less top and bottom. Then I'm going to fill this bit in quite light. I want it light, so you can see those sort of petally bits showing up. Oh, sounds like my other sun is up. And then fade towards the centre. It's 8:30, he's been getting up so late. I know 8:30 might not sound late, but he used to get up at 6:30. I'm going to fill these in just with a dark swatch, and then I'm going to look at the wings. I'm just going to sit back and have a little look. Now they've got we've got stripes, but do we want to sort of, I think I'm not going to make it stripy. I think I'm going to just use this one, make it darker here, and then lighter as we go down. I just feel that it doesn't, I don't know, I've done some of the others, with both the others with stripes. Just wanted to do something a bit different. Now you notice I'm colouring over top of the viridian gemstones. I don't think it matters. I don't think it would make that much difference, and it's neater rather than trying to colour around little details, I feel, to do it this way. Okay, now we have the eyes to do. Oops, just grab my black. The ivory black. Gosh, I don't know if you can hear that water running. It's my son brushing his teeth. It's very loud in here. I don't know if it's if you can hear it. Here's the cool grey deep, and I'm going to do some shadows like I did on the others. I'm thinking under the eye just a tad. Because I like the way the eye looks like it's sort of popping out a little bit. We can just emphasise that a bit. I think under here a little bit, and then I'm thinking around here. You can do this wherever you think you want it to look a little more three-dimensional. And I want to put some around the edge of this stone. It's not really showing up massively because that green's quite dark anyway. A bit under there, I don't know if that's really going to show. And I'll go under here. It's a little dog's barking again, didn't make me jump this time. And I'm thinking under these sort of ribbon bits here and here. You don't have to do this bit. If you don't like the sort of grey, don't do it. For me it just adds a little something, but you have to do it. There we go. Now I'm going to get a white. I'm going to use the number 8, I think, and do some lines. Now on this one where we've already got a line, I'm just going to try and go over the black a little bit. Like that, and over this black one like that, and then these little dots which look like gemstones, it's gonna go and then on all of these the same. There we go. So there is our green bug. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day and happy colouring.